Hello, dear Rig FF audience. I'm really happy and thrilled to have this conversation virtually with the talented director Philip Yurio. And as you probably already saw, his film, The Whaler Boy, which is included in the festival selection. And I think it might be a revelation to you all. And yeah, I'm very happy to introduce Philip. Hi, Philip.
Hello, and me too. I'm very happy.
So there are a lot of paths how to start this talk, but firstly, I wanted to ask about the far, let's say, far north of Russia or the northern soil itself, because you made the short film, The Song of the Mechanical Fish. And here in the Whaler Boy, we have this remote village in Chukotka. Is there some kind of personal attachment towards this area in particular, or maybe it's related to themes or particular people and stories?
I had a big experience. Then before even had an idea to become a filmmaker, I had an experience of a trip to far north of Russia. And at that time, I thought I will work as a journalist, and I traveled through some small isolated villages of White Sea. It is another place. Yeah, it is far north of Russia, near Arkhangelsk, and it was the first time when I met with these isolated places, and it was for me really the big influence how I met with the people who live there, and especially the teenagers. I met with some local guys from the small village, so you can imagine that there are no roads, and one time a week a helicopter comes and bring mail and post to people. So the young guys, they hadn't some chances to visit big cities and some kind of that. So they stayed in their own village, and there was the first year when internet appeared in the village. So they built the Wi-Fi connection, and I saw how the big crowd of guys were trying to connect with their smartphones. And I came to them, and I was interested of what they are doing, and they were trying to download some pictures and some kind of that. And they wanted so much to have this connection. Were arguing and they said, oh, this is my girlfriend or my girlfriend. And it was I saw, what are you doing? And just the guy showed me some picture of a girl, and I understood that it is even the girl they never met. It is just something from internet, something from social media. But for them it was so unique and so magic chance to reach anybody from all corners of the planet. So it was like some kind of funny, and that time I just had an idea of such a story. And after that, through many years, I met with Chukotka, and with that unique place called Lorena. And then I understood that my story will take place there. This is the place between Russia and America. Yeah, so it is based on Bering Strait, between the border of Alaska and Chukotka, and the small village where the native whale hunters are living. So I really was charmed by this place.
I agree. It's quite unique scenery itself, and I must imagine the life there. For me personally, because I'm used to those um, customs of globalization and the comfort of the life. So this is something very opposite. That I personally
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it is something that is unique, and you can see now it is. I had a chance to visit this place in a very interesting period of time, because you see how the times are changing and how the ancient place with their traditions, with their culture, is changing because of the influence of the internet that is changing the isolated place. And for young people, it is some kind of big change in their minds. Yeah, somebody will have a chance to go from this place to have education in big cities, and some of them will stay, but really you can see that very interesting mixing of different time periods in this place. And so it was I thought that is a chance to tell the story about the place and how it is changing.
I think you have managed it very masterfully. But I wanted to ask about the character of Yoshka, Yosh himself. So as Andrew, so he's quasi documentary character in a way, or his experience in this, if you agree.
Yeah, of course, like of course, like when I wrote the story, I understood that it won't work if I will find some actor, and I understood that it must be some real experience, yeah, some real person. And when I met with Volodya, he a teenager, and the things that is happening in his life is much more interesting than the things that in script. So, for example, when I met with him, he had some kind of love feeling with the girl he never met. Because he was, in some chats in the small groups in the messengers. They have some, some meeting with the girls from our villages, and he had some, love feelings, and he was very upset, and he was very angry, and because she never answered him or something like that. And when this girl answered him something, he was very happy that it is the right time. Like he's reflecting and he's feeling the same like our character Lyoshka. So I was very lucky that I found such a boy who can show his emotions so strong.
Mhm. Yeah, and actually, it would allow us to empathize with his path and his situation. But I wanted to ask about this goal of going to Detroit or Detroit itself. So, was this an actual kind of reference point, or this was something that you picked out as this Western city or the city in the States?
It's like maybe the first time when I thought about this industry of webcam chats. I was exploring it, and I found I thought, if I'm a boy and I want to find the girl that I like, I just I typed there is a button of address, and you see the address of course it is mean like some kind of address of a company that is producing this webcam industry. But if I was the teenage boy, I never thought an idea that it will be such. And I will think that it is her address that the girl that I like is living. So there was Detroit, and I thought, whoa, it is crazy, because like Detroit is the city of my dreams, and it is so funny that if there was such a strange thing that I met it. So Detroit, we can see for the boy some kind of a dream, but in real life, I understand that it is abandoned city with very dark, and so this is it is some kind of a thing I like, that this boy is just dreaming about Detroit, and we understand what it is, Detroit. How the police officer is saying to him, this is a shithole.
But it's actually just commenting the semantics also, this city of industrialism in the States, but also, as I noticed myself, and this might be my personal observation, you had a very similar undertone in the film with the early films of Jim Jarmusch. And if you know the film Only Lovers Left Alive, so the actual plot and the characters are living in Detroit partially. So I found this kind of connection actually in terms of the music, or maybe you can comment here. You can comment of music, yeah.
You know, like I think that it can be the part of my soul, the films of Jarmusch, because like it was maybe one of the first directors that I watched the films when I was a teenage guy. Like it was, I think, the first meeting with some kind of the films from another planet. I don't know, and for me it was really the big changing when I saw Dead Man and all that. So I think maybe the tone is and the mood of these films is staying with me all the time. It's not like I want to repeat them, but you know, I cannot say. I think it is a part of me now. So maybe, but on the same time, you know, there was a thing when we came to Chukotka. Some of the radios in the cars when guys are turning on radio, it is catching the American radio, yeah, because the Alaska is near, so they have some waves that are, and first idea was that in the film will be this American music because of this, because America is the land of dreams for the guys living there, and it is so close, and this music gives you some, you know, American dreaming feeling, yet that it is something near, and it is some kind of dreamland and ghostland, I don't know. So that's why Julie Cruz was the big I love this effect when we first tried to put this music to the image, and when you see these guys that are riding on their tractors, or can say vehicles, and it is a tundra, it is dark guys and this heavy feeling, but the music gives you some kind of dream that is near, and I think that is very close to the tone of the film.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it also gives this, I would say, self-reflectiveness of the situation in a way. It allows us to alienate with what is happening. Even I would say with the whale hunting episodes that were like actually taking place. But at the same time, you appreciate there is this tradition, but there is actually the question of whether it's good. But then there enters the music, which juxtaposes everything that you can see, and then you have to kind of grasp what you have experienced. I think it works, but maybe you can comment on trying to subvert this coming of age story or this kind of formula. I think that you managed. So here at the very end, there is something very different that usually happens or takes place. That he embodies the dream, the main character.
You mean like this feeling of like coming of age? Of course, it is the thing that is, I think, the main for this film is this period of time when you are 16 and you really don't know where are your place in life, and you're trying to find this, and I think it is the main thing of trying to find yourself and where you belong to. And like for this guy, Lyoshka, his big adventure and his big trip helped him to find that he's happy in his own village, and that is what he liked, really.
Mm-hmm. But, I was curious to ask also, I assume that you have done a lot of Q&As and interviews concerning this film, and how, for example, the ending has been perceived in Russia, let's say, and in other countries. Is there a difference in terms of the
I
interpretation?
think I think it was the best thing that I like that it's no I think it's not matter of the country and not matter of audience, but I think that half of the audience, uh, I think half of the people who watched are are thinking that the final episodes are happening in real life. It was just the experience of a guy who was traveling for a lot of time through the tundra, thinking that he is in America, and then he has some, some illusions, and after that he is coming to his own village, and here we see this happy end with his grandfather, and some of the people, no matter the country, are feeling that these episodes are the living like an experience after the death, like some kind of the some people are feeling that he stayed dead in tundra, and this is all the trip that is after his death, like this bone alley is some kind of heaven or limbo or some kind of that. And I like this feeling, and like it was the thing that I tried to do, because while editing I understood that the episodes are so strange that some people are really feeling that is not happening in really, and I tried to improve that in the editing. I tried to make this feeling, and I like that people have different feeling of the ending of the story, and this is what happening in all the Q&As and in all the places where the film was shown, and because audience have different ideas how it is working. So I think that is very the thing I like in films, when you don't have this exactly understanding of what I watched. Okay, I understood the story after the screening. I'm happy. Yeah, it's okay. It's a good film. I know everything, but on the same time, if I didn't understand all, it is the film is staying with me for weeks and months, and I'm trying to think what happened really.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was just personally curious, yeah, to hear thoughts of others that I'm actually curious about, especially here at the festival in Riga. But nevertheless, we have to wrap up. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. Maybe there is, Philip, something that you wanted to ask, or maybe to remind, or anything else that you would like to share about making this film, or some share some personal life.
Oh, like I will be happy if somebody will travel to Chukotka after that and have this experience, because like no film will give you this feeling of the place, and you can believe that this place is really unique, and the people who live there is the most unique people that I felt in love, and really like I hope that in future there will appear some film director from Chukotka who will tell the stories of his place, not like me, because I never like I'm telling the story like a guy who went there and saw that, and I want to see the film from the guy from this place who will tell that I really don't forget Chukotka, and like get any information that you can, read the stories, read their myths, their legends. It is very interesting.
Hopefully, we will wait for a new generation of filmmakers from Chukotka.
Yeah,
Hopefully, yeah.
really.
Yeah, and thank you for your time on this small, lovely talk about the Whaler Boy. Yeah, thank you very much, and hope to see you in Riga. Yeah, bye.